Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Co Show. My name is Mason Coe, here as always with my co-host Aaron Coe.
Howdy.
Today is Sunday, July 11th, 2 days before my 21st birthday.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know.
Your
I'm excited.
first ever alcoholic
First
beverage.
ever
coming up in a
alcoholic
couple
beverage.
days.
So excited.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so the NBA finals are fully underway. The Bucks look like they might be in some trouble. We will talk about that in a second. First, all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Just go ahead and do it right now so, we don't have to keep reminding you, even though we will. Twitter, at Mason Charles Coe, at Aaron Coe 29. And, Goosehead Insurance. There's a book called High Points. Check it out on Amazon. Other than that, let's just hop right into it. So the Suns are up 2-0. But before we get into
It's
that...
all over, man!
Okay, it's all over.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into that, though, we need to talk about the end of the Suns-Clippers series. We don't need to discuss the Hawks-Bucks, honestly. Giannis and Trey were injured. It's whatever. Suns, Chris Middleton. Shout out Chris Middleton. He went off in Game 6.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, Suns-Clippers. The end of the series, Chris Paul just absolutely took over. Showed what he's capable of, healthy, late, deep into a playoff run. And, it's just, just exciting to see the Suns in the finals over, having a young star like Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, who's emerging as a star right now, along with an older star, a veteran like Chris Paul who hasn't made it yet, is just much more exciting to me than having Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in there. So, I'm just, I'm excited to see where the rest of the series goes, and clearly they're ready. They're ready for this shit. It's not a fluke.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Paul's I think he's a winner. I know that he hasn't won a title yet, but he's finally in a situation where he has, people around him that complement his skills, and I've always liked him. I like kind of old school point guards, and that's what he is.
I think every basketball fan loves to see that, just kind of as a breath of fresh air, a little bit.
Now, he did not pass the ball in that game you addressed earlier, and
Yeah,
you were a little mad about it for some reason. I don't know why. Somebody had the over on Devin Booker points.
Yeah, that was
Chris
tough.
Paul's like, screw you, I'm taking every shot.
Yeah.
Ended
so
up with 41 points. Or
you just reminded me of that. So thank you. I totally forgot. I was just about to praise him for 41, 8, 4, and 3 steals. But no, fuck you, Chris Paul. No, I'm kidding. Devin Booker. 1 for 3 from 3 in this game, 10 for 26. Hasn't particularly had the strongest playoffs. This isn't the Devin Booker playoffs by any means. No. I think obviously it's the Chris Paul playoffs, and then Devin Booker has been, still been, I would argue, more impactful than DeAndre Ayton, but DeAndre Ayton as far as
freaking beast
outplaying his role, this is the Devin Booker, this is the Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton playoffs for the Suns. Devin Booker is not he's not outplaying the regular season version of himself, which is not particularly what you want to see out of your top scorer.
He does have a knack for when the other team's starting to come back, he'll pop a three. He's had some very timely shots. The Bucks cut it to 4, and then he hits a 3, and then we're back up to 7.
Yeah,
and then Giannis misses a couple free throws, and then it's 10.
Yeah. What I will say is, even though he's been, I don't know what he's been averaging. I want to say it's probably less than 25, but it hasn't been Devin Booker's having really shitty games in the playoffs. He's still deep in his bag, making really nice moves and dishing off to his teammates. And like you said, he's hitting those timely shots. It's not like he's coming down and just bricking clutch threes all the time.
Yeah.
He's still... The reason that we're not talking about Devin Booker as having a bad playoff run is because of that, is because he's hitting these timely shots.
And they're winning the games.
Of course. If they were losing the games, then we would be talking about that.
He would be shit on by everyone. If
that's a good point.
They were losing the games.
Yeah. All right.
We have bigger things to shit on than Devin Booker.
Literal bigger things. Yeah. Here's the thing. I know you want to completely shit on Giannis. I'm not going to. I'm not going to completely shit on Giannis. Go ahead, say your piece, and then I'll say mine.
I just ate 5 brownies, and I'm ready to shit all over.
Eating 5 brownies, sitting here on a podcast that no one listens to, shitting on the guy that dropped 42 points last night or last game. Yeah.
You know, hey, he's a great player. He has set a record for, I think it's still there. He did hit. I think he hit a couple threes in the last game, but he's the only at one point. I think it was before that last game, so it could have changed. But he was the only player, I believe, with over 50 3-point attempts in the playoffs to shoot under 20%.
Yes.
And then the free throws.
Yeah, the free throws are bad. They are bad.
Like 9-year-olds don't airball that many free throws.
Okay.
How does this happen?
It's bad. Also, Shaq was worse.
He didn't fucking airball it. He usually at least hit the damn rim.
Yeah, but he almost broke the backboard. So it's like, it's either or, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's terrible, but he's just, like, he's a bad free throw shooter. He's not Ben Simmons. It's not like he's scared to shoot free throws. He'll still go and play his game. He wants to get to the line, which is a good sign for me.
Yeah, no, it's the air ball.
It's tough.
It's the bad misses.
It's tough to defend.
That's the part. So he's shooting. I think he's shooting 54% in the playoffs, which that's bad, but it's not historically bad.
Yeah,
but it's when he misses the clanging off the bottom side of the rim.
I think his
total air ball is like, how do you do that as a professional fucking athlete?
Yeah, I don't know what the cutoff is for like a really ugly miss, but I think his ugly miss percentage might be the highest in NBA history because on top, he obviously is the bad free throw percentage, but like you said, a lot of his misses are real ugly, and it's weird because his misses make it seem like the counting and shit is getting in his head. And maybe it is because I don't know what his regular season percentage is, but like he's very clearly not scared to go to the line. So I don't know. I think the free throw shit is in his head, but I don't know how much of it is like him shying away in the playoffs. I think it's just he's just as shitty at free throws.
Yeah, and he, like you said, he is still being aggressive.
Yes.
He's just sort of wearing it. I was a little concerned a couple times when I saw a look of like self-disgust on his face after missing a couple free throws, and you wonder, how much that's in his head. But no, I mean, he's still. I think it's tough though when your best player, Shaq. He struggled with free throws. Well, they just didn't put the ball in his hands at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So now you're relying on Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday,
who have been. I mean, Chris Middleton had 29 in the first game, but it was 29. Like 13 of those were when the game was like kind of over. So
I don't want the ball in Chris Middleton's hands at the end of a game.
I don't want it in his hands because I don't want the camera on his face.
That's true. He is.
He's so ugly.
He is so ugly, and I don't say that about a lot of, but he is really, really hard. He's
like the only player in the league that I want the camera to like get off of him.
Crowd shot, please.
I actually kind of every time they show his face, I wince.
Yeah.
Just get anyone else.
Yeah.
Anyway, Drew Holiday, obviously, he'll always have his impact as a distributor and as a defender, but offensively, he's been really bad. He's kind of streaky. I don't think this is going to last the whole series, and that's why
But that's who he is. He's never been a great offensive player.
Yeah. So the problem is the Bucks invested in him like he is that third scoring option, which he can be, but you can't rely on him to be that. Especially you're in the finals. I know it's the Suns, so it's not it's not like the fully stacked Lakers or Clippers or even you didn't have to see the fully stacked Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, but still I think you're ultimately going to need someone more reliable than Drew Holiday. The ship has sailed at this point. He's already been too unreliable in these finals. I think personally, I don't see how the Suns go 2-4 in the next.
No.
Or not 2-4. Sorry, 1-4. They would have to go 1-4. I don't see how that happens.
No, not gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you got for this game?
Well, I just where's the broom?
Oh
Where's the broom?
shit!
You
I
have a
don't
broom
have a
in
broom
here?
in my room.
You have
There's
a broom in
carpet
here?
in
There's
here.
carpet?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have carpet.
Okay. Yeah, get out the broom.
Wow.
Fucking sweep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll tell you. You mentioned Aiton earlier. He's an interesting player because he's been very dominant rebounding, and then he's one of the best garbage men I've ever seen.
Yes.
Like he's not he doesn't really have moves.
Yeah.
Or not great ones. Does he ever take a jumper? Does he ever shoot
The thing is,
jumpers?
he doesn't have a terrible jumper either,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have terrible handles. He gets the ball and just gets it out of his hands as fast as he can, and just shoots 80%. But
sometimes in 0.9 seconds.
yeah. Seriously.
But he and his hands are pretty rough. Like he bobbles a lot of things.
So the thing is, he'll get every single loose ball that happens on the court. The problem is he creates a lot of those loose balls too, because he does have kind of some stone hands at times.
Yeah, but man, he is a problem. Like they can't defend him.
Yeah.
They can't keep him off the boards. The offensive rebounds that the Bucks are giving up are a big thing in this series.
Yeah.
They are not able to keep the Suns off the boards, and they're getting second chances.
You know what's funny? Who even is doing the series? TNT, ESPN? I don't even know. ESPN did this thing where Ayton had 15 and 15 in game 1. And it was, I don't know, it was like the third quarter. Like he had it pretty early, and it was like the first player since, it might have been Kareem or Shaq or whoever, Hakeem, someone, the first player since that person to have 15 and 15 in their first finals game. But what they just kind of declined to mention was Giannis had that earlier in the game, and it was also his first finals game. So
nice.
yeah, so
Oops.
yeah, oopsie whoopsie. But yeah. I'm just really excited. So personally, I have the Bucks tonight. I have the Suns in 6.
I hope the Bucks win.
I hope, yeah.
I don't really care. I just want a good series.
Part of that is hope, but I just don't like I said, Drew Holiday can be that third option. Chris Middleton can be a number one. At times, he can be a number one scorer. He can take over a full quarter for you. He can take over a full half. And I don't see them performing so poorly offensively. Like just 2 more games in a row. I think they'll get one tonight.
I think they're gonna need. They better be up by double digits with 5 minutes.
See, that's
left.
the problem. Is I just don't
They're not gonna
trust.
win a close game.
Because, yeah, like you said, they kept the ball out of Shaq's hands. Bud just doesn't do that with Giannis.
But who are you gonna give it to? You
Chris
gonna trust
Middleton,
Middleton?
Drew Holiday.
You trust those guys?
Yeah, more than Giannis. I mean, Brooke Lopez. Fuck, get Brim Forbes on the court. I don't know.
It's pretty interesting. Last game there were a couple of plays where Giannis, someone was called for a foul against Giannis. Giannis goes to the line, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, they should challenge that. But then, and they said this on the broadcast, why challenge? Why? I mean, you're probably only going to give up 1 point. Save the challenge when someone else is going to the line.
Yeah, you're in this series. You're happy with that possession. You're happy with sending Giannis to the line. In the grand scheme of the series, if you put Giannis on the line, that's not a bad outcome. Probably. I the analytics might say different, but
I'd foul.
I mean,
they used
it's
to call it
hack-a-shack.
Yeah, I would. I don't know what you call it. I'm not good at coming up with
something Greek.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah. All right. Do you got anything else regarding these finals?
No. I like I said. I hope they're able to win a couple and make it a series. They've got two in Milwaukee. Next 2 are in Milwaukee, right? So, it's been fun to see the Bucks fans fill up the arena for a game that's in Phoenix.
I know, yeah.
And they got 20,000 in the arena and 20,000 and 10,000 outside the arena.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's really
also
cool.
Shout out to the Suns fans because they've been great too. They've been really awesome.
Yeah.
I really like they.
And that's not a big fan city. Like
No.
they are not. They
But they're
don't
all
show
coming
up for
out.
the Cardinals.
That's something that I heard. Someone that was at the game, I forget who it was. They said like, like they're all wearing Suns jerseys, but they all have a different NFL or baseball team hat. Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, hey, if you want to go see a team, you want to go see your team on the road.
That's
Phoenix is the place because one, it's gonna be warm, and two, you're gonna be able to get tickets.
Yeah.
You're gonna get them cheap on StubHub. Or you're gonna get them for $7 an
Hell
hour before the
yeah.
game for sure.
Hell yeah. All right. One thing. Okay, so this is like kind of an old story at this point, but we covered it, and then like right after that happened, there was some other shit that happened. So, so this is just another tweet. Roy Rogers joins Chauncey Billups' coaching staff. He was a Clippers assistant.
He was a cowboy back in the 50s too.
Oh
so,
wow,
yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
There's a drink. Nice little.
Oh
the
yeah,
Roy Rogers.
yeah, nice.
I like it. Okay.
Interesting to name. Anyway,
Yeah.
God damn it, Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups was accused of rape. That's what we're trying to talk about right now. So I did not even really know this, and Dame didn't either. Yeah, what you were gonna say something?
Well, here's the thing. So I know on the last podcast I'm like, oh, he deserves a shot and all that.
I did too. Yeah.
So this happened in 1997, and I was not aware of it.
No one was. Not even NBA, like Dame wasn't.
I remembered that there was. I'm like, wasn't there something with that guy? But I couldn't really,
Yeah.
But I couldn't. But anyway, it was not really. It's not something that's been out there a whole
lot.
No.
No one talks about it.
Let me tell you, I don't want to get into it, but fucking Google it if you want to hear about some gross shit.
Yeah.
I'm always hesitant to comment. Here's the thing. You can't say he probably didn't do it, because that's a horrible thing to say, because that's what everybody says in every situation, and that's why women don't report stuff, because nobody fucking believes them, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, if he didn't do it, then it sucks that he would get shit on. So I don't know. I don't know where I haven't done a ton of research on this.
I think, by the way, I want to throw this out there. I think the statistic is like, and I don't know where I saw this, but it's like over 90% of like reported assault is like did happen.
Yeah.
So like yes, if he didn't do it, it's terrible, but. When there's like explicit details,
I think he probably did.
Yeah,
I think he probably did, and I think most of the time it happens. There have been people that they didn't do it,
and by the way,
but it's rare. Like,
one of my worst nightmares.
I don't even like talking about this. To be honest with you, go ahead.
So Dame. Dame. I will say I'm not a huge fan of how Dame handled this, because yes, he didn't know about it. I believe him on that. I believe that he didn't know.
I do too, because. Who knew about it?
Not many people. So I believe that, but he then like came out with this statement, but it was through was it Ramona Shelburne? It was through a reporter. So he didn't say it himself. His team didn't even put it out. He did it through a reporter, and basically said he had nothing to do with the hire, which is just false. He said, and then he also came out in an interview and said, like, I like Jason Kidd, I like Chauncey Billups. Those are like the two names I threw out there. So, like, you were involved in it.
Yeah. And
it sucks that Dame was getting shit on for the hire, because he was taking, like, I think an extreme amount of, like, flack for this that he didn't necessarily deserve. And he put out a statement that I agree with, where it's like, my job is to play point guard, not look into personal histories of coaching candidates, which I agree with. But, and then then there's rumors of him wanting out, which I think his team definitely leaked. And it's like, I love Dame. He's my favorite point guard. He's my favorite player other than LeBron. But that was just like in his first instance of people slightly turning on him a little, he kind of folded, and I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't think, I don't know. Get Chauncey Billups out of there, in my opinion.
Yeah, here's the thing that and obviously, my take is very different this week than it was
Yes.
the last podcast.
Yes, me too.
So I would say if you're the Portland Trailblazers, what are you doing? Like
why'd you go through with it? You didn't have to.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of myself included, a lot of people think he could potentially be a very good head coach.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not like Phil Jackson in 1998.
Yeah.
It's not like surefire.
Yeah.
He's never been a head coach. He was an assistant for 1 year. So it's not like a guarantee. You're not getting a guarantee. So if you're the Portland Trailblazers, why do this?
Like why defend?
They fucked this up in every way.
Like, what about Chauncey Billups is worth defending that?
Yeah.
In any capacity, like what is? There's no talent level that warrants defending that, but like I don't even understand why they wouldn't just stop, because it wasn't like he signed the deal here, we signed our coach, and then it happened. You clarified this to me. Woj reported it. The Blazers did not announce it yet, so they could have just said, "Oopsie, never mind."
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. I don't know.
It is weird, and
Very
it's
weird.
Another complicated part of it is he was accused of something. There was a settlement. There wasn't a legal.
Settlement doesn't mean guilt, but
Yeah.
it also is sus.
But here's the thing: I would probably, not that anyone would ever ask me, and they shouldn't, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But if a woman said, "This happened to me," should I go to the police or should I take the settlement? I'd probably say take the goddamn money, because otherwise you're gonna go to the police and they're probably not gonna do anything, and your character is gonna be assassinated.
Yeah.
They're gonna dig up any little questionable thing you ever did. Just take the money and at least you got something.
This happened before. I don't like. I hate doing this.
I know. I don't know why I brought it back up again. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
We are the last two morons that should be talking about this.
I hate bringing up this specific thing though, I'm not blaming this on him, but and also this happened after this. Prefacing it 3 times. But
do we need a legal department?
Yeah, seriously.
Come in right now.
If you just look up what happened to Kobe's accuser, her life was fucking ruined.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah.
That's why you take this, just get what you can and get out.
I mean, if you're a rich athlete, you're going to hire a lawyer that's going to tear that person down so bad that they can't win their case.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
They released her name and that ruined her life.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on.
Yeah.
A good hire, Jamal Mosley, 4-year deal to the Magic. He's been a part of some successful teams as an assistant coach, and it's just a new face, a new face rolling through.
There weren't any retread white guys they could have hired.
I know, what the hell?
Guys that have been fired because they couldn't win the conference semifinals 4 times.
Bring George Karl back or something.
Hey, don't be shitting on George Karl.
I know. I love George Karl. No, but I think this is kind of a universally just approved of hire. Again, you never know, but I'm pretty sure all his players have liked him. I think I've heard those reports. Maybe I'm mixing him up with a different assistant coach, but good.
Yeah, good move.
We'll see what he can do with no talent.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. The new black coach gets the worst coaching job. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But I hopefully he'll have a long leash.
Hopefully he'll make the playoffs once or twice and then go to a real team.
Yes. Hopefully he can prove his worth and go to a real team. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, Dwayne Brown wants a new deal.
That's pretty old news.
Yeah,
but he was not being a participant in some of the preseason stuff. He's going into his last year.
He wants to restructure.
He's 36 years old.
Oh, he just wants an extension then?
I think he wants to extend it out,
Okay.
to get another year or two.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sure.
I
Whatever.
would say, yeah, if he's not
Why not?
asking for top end money, I would say, yeah, he's still played at a very high level. So yeah, go for
And
it.
yeah, I just great locker room guy. So there were some teams that were fined for some training camp shit that I really don't care about. Also, the football team, like good job football team handing off ownership to the owner's wife. Like that's fucking really making positive change up there up there in DC.
Yeah, they're gonna clean shit up.
Oh my god. Okay.
The
the football team was fined $10 million. You specified that. Is there a reason, or is that training camp
just
shit?
for the shit that they, the stuff that's gone on,
The horrible things.
Yeah.
Darren Ravel, who is a total dork, tweeted this thing, and it was like, I don't know if it was specifically the football team or what it was, but it was like female staff will be rated 1 to 10 and like fined based on that rating or something. Like it was a real thing from the 80s, like a real thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
One thing that was interesting out of the some of the training camp stuff that was going on was so the 49ers had a couple of injuries to backups, and then they were like, you know what, we're just gonna shut it down because we've had some injuries, and people, it was, I kind of raised my eyebrow like, that's kind of odd. They're just gonna shut it down.
Yeah, that's a weird, yeah.
But it turns out, yeah, the NFL made them shut it down because they had violated a bunch of rules. So
what, like, were these important rules? Because the fact that it was 3 different teams and they just kind of news dumped it makes me think that it didn't really matter that much.
I think sometimes it's like there was contact when there wasn't supposed to be, stuff like that.
Who cares?
But sometimes, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just thought it was, anytime something bad happens with the 49ers, that's news. That's news,
It's good.
Good news for me.
It's good.
So.
More good news. Yusei Kikuchi, All-Star. JP Crawford, not quite making it, but I think he was close. Also, people are vying for him to be a replacement. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, we needed an All-Star and he's it. So,
yeah. So you wonder if they're gonna lock in that he has this option. That they 4 years, $64 million. I'll tell you one thing.
Fuck it, man.
Why not?
Let's do it.
You might as well.
He's proven more than any other prospect we've paid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. $16 million a year, for if he can continue somewhere near what he's been doing, is a bargain.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. They better not be hoping he will pick up his $12 or $13 million option. He would be stupid to do that. Like if he goes onto the open market, he's gonna get more than four for 64. I mean, someone's gonna pay it. Someone's gonna pay him.
Yeah.
So, just lock him up. You need a reliable. He's been going semi deep into games. Hopefully he's figured some shit out and they can get a couple good years out of him.
Yeah. All right. The Mariners. Do they suck?
Fuck, man, they just keep not sucking.
I know.
And I know it's happening. We all know it's going to happen.
I know.
It's only July.
I know. The funny thing is, like, every single year, I'm like, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall. And then I just, like, right at the end, I do. I really don't think I'm going to fall for it this time.
Yeah.
I really don't think I will. I'm not letting it happen.
I mean, I'm going to keep sort of a half of an eyeball on them.
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna keep following it.
I know you've gone to a game. I think you're gonna go to another one.
Yeah, I'm actually going to one this Friday. If you're one of the 4 people listening to this and you happen to be going to the game this Friday, let me know.
I'm hoping to go to a game or two, but yeah, I'm not taking them real seriously. If at this point you pretty much Mariners, you're pretty much gonna have to at least make a wild card for me to really support you or really believe.
Hold on.
What?
You're saying this to really support you as you're wearing a Mariners hat and a Mariners jersey. I'm not going to support you until that happens. You look like you're ready to take batting practice.
Okay, I'm stupid, all right? Yeah. No, I'm a fan.
No, yeah.
Emotional investment.
Yes.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Until
I really feel like you have a chance to do something, which they're still gonna fall off, aren't they? This over 500 stuff.
Of course they are. Where are they actually sitting in the wild card race? 2.5 back. And actually they sit behind the A's in that. So
I will say this: like, there's no one on this planet, and I'm not a Scott Service fan. I just don't really. He bores me.
he does bore
And
me.
I highly question whether he's the guy you want if this team ever were to become a contender, a real like World Series contender. However, nobody has done a better job of managing a baseball team in 2021
He's the coach of the
than
year.
Scott Service. He won't win it unless they happen to make a wild card. Maybe he would win it. But the team that they have, the injuries that they've had, like how many of these fucking guys do you really want on your team? Who's the first baseman? Who's the second baseman?
Yeah, no, there's I
Who's
think
the third baseman? Next year.
There's arguably no people. Maybe okay, you say Kikuchi. There's one person that you want on your team this year.
Yeah,
Kyle Lewis, Mitch Haniger. There's 3 people that you want on your team this year.
and Lewis hasn't played for a month. And
Yes,
we might not see him
exactly.
again.
And the rest of them, maybe J.P. Crawford because of his defense, but the rest of them, like I will want them to play for my team.
Yeah.
But almost zero players, maybe, and we don't know. Almost 0 players for the Mariners are players that you currently want on your team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there aren't that many. Logan Gilbert looks impressive.
he looks impressive, but he's also you know what I mean? It's like
he's had like 7 good games
Yeah.
in a row. Like he looks like he might be the real deal after a little bit of a shaky start. But yeah, like who are you?
48 and 42, man. It's so insane.
It's crazy. And this is with Marco Gonzalez being fucking terrible all year when he can actually pitch.
Yeah.
They don't really have a closer. I mean, Kendall Graveman has come through and looks really good. And, I think we've talked about this before, but do you try to trade Haniger? He's 31 or going to be 31.
I don't know what the market looks like for him at all, but whatever at whatever point you feel his value has maxed out, you get him. You trade him. Like that, in my opinion, he's not. There's no way he fits the window.
Yeah.
Like why? What we're gonna like? Oh, we really want Mitch Haniger to retire as a Mariner. That'd be so nice. Like, fuck off. Like, do that with Kyle Seager. Let's keep Kyle Seager for too long.
Yeah.
Like, let's not do that with Mitch Haniger.
I would. To me, I'm not trading Haniger unless I get something pretty good.
Fair
for
enough.
him.
If we're not gonna get jack shit, then keep him.
I don't think a lot of people realize, like, you're not getting a boatload for an injury-prone corner outfielder who's hitting like 250.
I know, yeah.
I mean, he's got power. He's a nice player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying, like, World Series contenders aren't fucking lining up to give you their farm system for that guy. Like, you're gonna get a couple of prospects that probably won't pan out.
You know what's funny?
So at some point we got to stop. We got to stop rebuilding. Right, and just build around.
That's
guys.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Mitch Haniger's not one of those guys.
Yeah, you got a couple good.
You just said he's a corner outfielder that's injury prone and hits 250.
Yeah, but that's a good player. Like
good player in 2025.
So you're gonna trade him for, I don't know.
Prospect.
Can we stop looking 4 fucking years into the future and try to win a fucking game next year at least? I'm not even asking you to try to win this year. Next year, could you keep the guys that you have and maybe sprinkle in a couple of free agents?
And how many games
and actually try to win a fucking World Series?
How many games is Mitch Haniger gonna play for the Mariners next year if he doesn't get traded? How many games is he gonna play?
I don't know. How many nuts does he have left? I don't know.
Yeah, 1 probably.
Yeah, he'll probably get hurt again.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm tired of being farm system for other teams.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm tired of this fucking team being a fucking joke. I don't know why I'm wearing this stupid jersey and this stupid fucking hat because they suck. They let me down every goddamn year. And I'm tired of it.
All right, fair enough. By the way, we are 2 games ahead of the Toronto Blue Jays, who have a 114 run differential on us. Yeah, we're at -44 and they're at +70.
Yeah. I mean, they're winning the close games somehow. It's basically been the bullpen, which has been good. And here's the thing, you know what might not be good next year or might not be good in your 2025 season that you're all excited about is the bullpen, because the bullpen is the least predictable thing in baseball. They come and they go.
Let's trade Mitch for a reliever.
Trade Kendall Graveman right now because you
Okay.
don't have him. You don't have him locked in for next year.
Okay.
Someone's going to be desperate for a guy like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. Okay. Don't trade Mitch if you can't get shit for him, but trade anyone that doesn't like anyone that you can get value for that's like not gonna.
But what are we getting? Some guy that may never do a fucking thing. At least I know Haniger is gonna do something sometimes. So we're gonna trade him for some guy that might pan out someday, but probably won't. Fuck that. I'm tired of that
Okay,
shit.
yeah. Okay, well, what about Kendall
Win some
Graveman?
fucking games. Well, you're gonna lose him anyway to free agency,
Okay.
probably.
Okay,
Unless you
fair
think
enough.
you can sign him now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and what I mean by that, there's not many guys that fit that description for the Mariners because they're just so young already. So it's like I'm thinking like a couple guys, like a guy like Kendall Graveman, for example. I get if we're just gonna if we're just gonna not have Kyle Seager, if we're not gonna even try to re-sign him, let's get him to a contender. You know.
Yeah. Now, and then here's the other tricky part. They're like 2.5, 3 games out of the wild card right now.
Yeah.
So, should they actually try to add a couple pieces and actually try to make a wild card game?
Anything I don't want to mortgage any potential future for this year. Like, there's not like anything that you even maybe think could like help you next year, or the year after, or the year after that.
So no rent a player.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Unless you think you could flip him next year, you know. I mean, there's that
But
too.
Maybe trade a prospect for a guy that's locked in for a few years and maybe spend some money.
Yeah, so
Spend
that's
some money, you
and then
bastard.
that's the one alternative. Maybe we gotta sign a young star. Crazy thought.
Yeah.
Like maybe we just sign a young star. I don't know.
And then you know what? I'm getting so mad about this fucking team and their stupid fans. You fans, I'm so tired of you fucking. Oh, they shouldn't spend money. Like it's not your money.
Yeah.
I get so tired of it.
Oh my God.
Oh, why did they spend that? What?
Quit
Why?
checking billionaires' pockets.
Jesus
Fuck
Christ.
off. Nintendo owns the team.
They're still gonna charge you $16 for a beer.
Yes.
Go to the game today. Are the beer prices less with a $60 million payroll than a $120 million payroll? Did they lower the beer prices? No, they fucking didn't.
I don't recall. Yeah, I
gonna charge
I don't
you no
recall the
matter what.
Robinson Cano tax on beer.
No.
I mean, maybe it happened, but
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop managing their checkbook.
I know.
Demand better. Demand excellence.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with that.
Ugh.
M's pitcher gets suspended 10 games. I don't know.
Well, so that the interesting
He had
about
a really funny throwing the rosin bag off the field. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting thing.
I just don't know. I don't know what they really do to see what the substances are. And then he was coming off the field. I think they just decided to make an example out of a lower level pitcher who was already done anyway. For a team that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but I just really question what
Yeah,
happened
how did they
there.
not pin? I mean, not that I want anyone to get pinned for anything, but why Hector? Why Hector Santiago? It's just weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Do you have anything else regarding baseball?
No. Fucking
Okay.
try to win some fucking games.
Oh, home run derbies tonight. I put a little. I liked Pete Alonso at plus 500 just because I'm pretty sure he had a really good derby a couple of years ago, and he had like the fourth best odds. So I was just like, just put a little change on him. Other than that, we got the finals tonight. We already gave our predictions. Shout out Joey Chestnut breaking his own record, 76 dogs. Crazy shit, man. Seriously, the goat of goats, best athlete of any sport, and I'm dead serious. Okay, Spencer Rattler, the NIL is going crazy.
Oh,
It's
boy.
the wild, wild west. Spencer Rattler deal with Raising Cane's. I don't like him, but he is donating a portion of his NIL earnings to underserved people and communities around Norman, Oklahoma. So that's really dope. Yeah, Shitty Kid does a good thing. I'm really this whole thing about me not liking him is pretty much off one clip I saw. So, take that with a grain of salt. And also, I can't find that clip anywhere. I think he scrubbed the internet. Like, I think his team scrubbed the internet of it. But yeah, it's going crazy. There's other people signing shit too. There's Barstools going crazy. Like, they're signing any and every athlete. They'll give you like a piece of merch and a discount or some shit.
Yeah.
Which part of me is like cool, but also it's like, are you using these kids for advertising?
Totally.
It's
of course they are.
Yeah. So, but
smart.
It's smart. It is smart, and also I think the kids for the most part know what they're getting into. Yeah. So, this is. I mean, this is good. This is what I wanted,
Yeah,
So it's just weird. It's just weird that I think.
Here's the thing.
I didn't know it would happen so fast.
It's just crazy. So, the NCAA basically, this has been coming for a long time, as we know, and they were like, "Hey, we don't really want to figure this out. Congress, could you idiots figure this out?" And Congress is like, "I'm on vacation right now, and like whatever. Like I'm not really doing anything right now because it's not my election time. So no, we don't really have time for that." And then the NCAA was like, "Oh shit, we have like 4 or 5 states that have laws going into effect July 1st." So they're like, yeah, there's NIL now.
Yeah.
Okay, there is. Okay.
Yep.
And then schools are like, "Cool, what's the plan?" Yeah, there's just NIL.
Fuck if I know. The plan. Yeah,
there is one.
NIL.
I
bitches.
don't know what it stands for even, but there is one.
Name, image, and likeness.
Yeah. So it's going crazy, and there's so many different. I'm always concerned as a fan because I just don't want to see. I don't want to see a game I love go get all
super
fucked
commercial.
up.
Yeah.
I definitely think the players should have opportunities to do these things. My concern is, does Bubba's used cars in Alabama,
right? Are they going to start laundering money for the Alabama football program and paying it?
I don't want it to be a recruiting tool.
Yes.
I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind, okay, if there's a kid on the Huskies, ZTF, if he's not injured, and people want him to, but I don't want that to be a reason a kid goes to a school, even though that's already happening anyway,
seriously. So that's the thing is like, it's just going to happen out in the open now. And I don't know if you could regulate this in any way, because it would just send it straight back to happening under the table. But some sort of like, you can't use any NIL shit as part of your pitch for recruiting. It would still happen. They'd at least insinuate things or whatever. But I hope there's not like you said, just a pipeline of sponsorship deals from teams to players, and that's the reason that certain players are going to certain teams. But
there's a guy in Miami. I don't remember his name or the name of his gym, and I don't really need to advertise for him anyway. But he's given University of Miami players each $6,000. So we're talking about $500,000. Yeah. So that a recruit could be like, okay, well, if I go there, I know I'm getting $6,000.
Yeah.
But also, guess what? He might not do that next year. How many years is he going to get a return on his investment?
Right. Yeah.
Is he going to keep doing that?
Yeah.
Probably not. So, I think a few things. Here's some changes that I know are going to happen. One, you're going to see players, especially the ones with personalities, you're going to see them doing some shit on like TikTok and social media and whatever else. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll do some of the things that the comedians will do, like Patreon or whatever. You may see some stuff like that. I'm concerned, like, will some of these guys be taken advantage of and get into some bad deals?
Yeah, so I just hope that I hope that that's the thing. You can't have an agent for the school or something, but I just hope that all the kids know what they're getting into and they're signing the deals. And I just feel like that's not happening at all right now. I know they can't do any alcohol. Like, there's certain things you can't advertise, but I don't think there's any restrictions holding off like companies that might just scam you or portray you in a way you don't want to be portrayed.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of, a couple of examples. So could Adidas or whoever, hey, 18-year-old 5-star recruit kid, here's a contract. We're gonna give you $5,000 a year for the rest of your goddamn life.
Yeah.
Like you're making a deal with
Give
the
him a
devil.
Scottie Pippen deal. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're just stuck, and you're
7 years, $5 million.
It ends up costing you tens of millions of dollars down the road, to get be able to buy a couple pizzas now, like that Bitcoin guy.
Yeah, the Bitcoin guy. Yeah.
And then I'm or any of these guys going to do things that fuck up their image, like hey, this is Billy, down here at the strip club. Come on down.
I know you can't do like alcohol, like drugs, cigarettes, any like sex stuff. Like,
okay.
There's restrictions on that.
Yeah,
but,
I would hope so.
But still, like, there's definitely like companies will cut things in certain ways, and like there's things that you always have a hot mic on. Like, there's a bunch of shit that can go wrong. So,
and you're going to have, you're going to have some bad deals, and then you're going to have bad deals where the companies are not going to have the player. The company wants to make money.
Yeah.
They're not a charity. But you're on the flip side of that, you're going to have boosters that are given handouts, and they don't have to fucking hide it anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm concerned about that. I heard one of my favorite basketball Huskies of all time is Eldridge Rakasner. He, had an NBA career. He's an entertaining dude.
Yeah.
Really battled with Gary Payton back in the day. Like that was fun. But
nice. One
of the lines that he had was like, yeah, it would have been nice. And NIL would have been great when I was in college. He, two things he said. One, I could have maybe bought, they had my number 5 jersey hanging in the bookstore. Yeah. Maybe I could have bought one.
Oh, God.
And then the other thing is like, yeah, I could have gone to the laundry room and done my, whites and colors separate. Like I could have afforded the extra quarter.
Oh my God.
So,
Jesus.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just hope this doesn't make college sports more fucked up than it already is. I hope it helps these guys. I hope they're able to make some money, but I hope I'm still a fan because I'm teetering, man.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like every year the season tickets come up, and I'm like, I love the Huskies. I love college football, but it seems to get a little dirtier every year. Mm-hmm. And I just like, come on, like, can we do this right and not fuck it up so I can still love the game?
Yeah, I think it's out in the open. I think just putting it out in the open is just gonna expose things that were already happening, and then it'll slowly get better. I don't think anything will actually get worse from this. I think maybe we'll be made aware of some things that have been going down.
And I think we're gonna see some crazy shit like this Miami gym thing.
Yeah,
and then the market's gonna be like, that's kind of stupid. Yeah. And then people are you're gonna see some crazy shit for a year or two, and then it'll probably come back.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be more like, hey, I'm gonna be down at U Village signing autographs for an hour, $5 each, and the guy makes a couple $100.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the Huskies lost out on like a 5-star recruit.
Yeah. So JT Tuimoloau, regarded by some as the biggest recruit in the nation. He held off on committing. He wanted to take visits, which were just allowed in June. So he waited. He didn't commit during the commitment period.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. He went to. So he had the schools I think were USC, Oregon, UW, Ohio State, and Alabama. He canceled his last trip, which was going to be Alabama.
Oh.
And I was concerned because his previous trip had been Oregon. I'm like, I'm like, just don't go to Oregon. Like, don't go to, please, not that. I would have been actually angry. I would have been like, you are turning your back on your home state, your hometown if you do that. So he went to Ohio State, and I hate it. Mm-hmm. We got to stop losing these guys. Mm-hmm. But part of me, like, I get it.
It's
like, I get it.
Congrats. You have a chance to win a national championship.
Yeah. So I can't fault the guy.
Bama, Clemson, and Ohio State. There's nothing I will ever say about anyone going to those schools.
Yeah. No, like I said, if he would have gone to Oregon, I might have shit on an 18-year-old on Twitter for the first time in my life. I've almost done it a couple times. I might have fucking lost my mind and said, "Meet me in a parking lot." And he's like 6'5", 250, so that
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have gone too
That
well.
wouldn't have gone well at all.
But
Would have been very embarrassing for you.
but he didn't go to Oregon, so
yeah.
God, I hope with going to a 12-team playoff, which will
inherently balance things. I
and
think.
you're gonna have some more upsets, right? You're gonna Ohio State's gonna get upset. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be the same.
You'll see that other teams can do it with the help of a 5-star recruit. You know.
But if I'm him, I'm like UW. Like you're probably. I mean, hell, you lose one game and you're not going to the playoff.
Yeah.
So I can't fault him for making that decision, but it's a bummer to lose a guy out of your backyard like that.
Of course it sucks. So you also Herm is playing to win the game.
No, that one's kind of an old one too.
Okay.
That we just didn't get to before, but basically he was hosting players during COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Video of it.
That's right. Yeah.
Because he's played to win the game.
Yes. Play to win the game.
Yeah. So highly, first of all, stupid, because they were one of the most COVID-riddled organizations in all of college sports.
Yeah, they ruined the Pac-12 single-handedly almost.
Yeah. And then some have thought, will Herm Edwards survive this? And
like if he got COVID, would he die?
No. That because he actually did get COVID.
Yeah.
But will he coach the team? And that's still up in the air. So
yeah, all right. Yeah, he's playing to win the game. So shout out to him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay. Last thing, I believe it's Sha'Carri, based off her Twitter handle.
I think it's Sha'Carri.
What?
It might be pronounced Sha'Carri.
I think it's Sha'Carri because if you look at her Twitter handle, it's Kerrii. So I think that would be pronounced Carrie, but I'm gonna say Sha'Carri. I'm sorry if it's wrong. So this tweet embodies the situation well, I feel. All these perfect people that know how to live life, I'm glad I'm not one of them. Yeah, so she smoked weed and got busted for it in the Olympics. I think the main problem with this discussion is there's really two discussions to be had.
Wow,
one,
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Really,
not enough people are saying that.
Yeah,
there's 2 parts to this.
There's one is the dumb rule, and 2 should she be suspended.
Yeah.
And both of them are yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the rule is dumb. It shouldn't specifically for runners. I mean,
hate it when we agree.
Yeah, I know. I was ready
not
to
good. Bust your ass on
No,
this.
it's not good. The rules is rules, and it's a dumb rule. But currently, and also a big part of the reason that I'm so openly saying this is she said it herself. She's handled this situation. No matter how you feel about the rule and the punishment, you should appreciate how she handled this. She just, she did address the haters a little, but she also went on the Today Show and was like, I knew the rule I was breaking. I knowingly broke it. I understand why I'm being suspended. It's stupid, but it's. She didn't say it's stupid. She said it's not stupid that I'm getting suspended. Yeah. But I don't even think she made an argument about the rule being dumb. I think she completely just owned up to it and said, I make mistakes. I'm sorry. And so two separate discussions. Yeah. Rule being dumb, yes. Should she be suspended? Unfortunately, yes.
The whoever is in charge of this has said that marijuana reduces anxiety, and that's part of competition.
Okay, so go take a Xanax. Go take some Vicodin. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's so yeah, I expected you to be all in on the, she shouldn't have been suspended. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Your usual Generation Z bullshit.
Yeah.
That you come at me with.
No, the rule is dumb.
Yeah.
She broke it though.
Yeah. So, this is what because we've had this discussion about Josh Gordon before. Yeah. It's a similar thing, and then the other argument that I've heard is, well, they oh god damn it, Michael the swimmer
Michael Phelps.
It was
people shit on him
smoking a bong on Twitter, and they didn't suspend him. Well, a couple things. One, he didn't test positive.
Yeah, and also there is a note. It's you have to have it in your system while you're racing. Yeah. So she smoked or took an edible or something that day. Yeah. So it was a big mistake that she knowingly made. It wasn't she got high with some friends a few days before.
Yeah. So so they're not the same thing. It's not hypocritical. Like, I mean, obviously, first of all, you can't say Phelps what was really in there. Of course, we all know he was smoking weed. Yeah. But you can't prove it because he did it outside of the testing window.
Yeah, true.
It is what it is. Is it stupid? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her, I mean, my God, you get to do this every 4 years and she's not going to be able to be a part of it. But yeah, it's not like it was a secret rule.
Yeah.
And I know I think she was dealing with a death, and we all have hard times that we go through. Alcohol sales were up in 2020. I'm sure other substances were up in 2020.
Of course they were.
We all have shit that we deal with, and it's hard. But, she wasn't fooled.
Mm-hmm.
No one slipped something
Yeah.
into her food.
Yeah.
She made a decision, and it was a bad decision, and she has to suffer those consequences. But I 100% think that, I don't think we need to be worrying about performance enhancing stuff. We don't need to be worrying about things like this. I don't think an athlete should smoke weed. But I think it's their choice.
If anything, it's a detriment to them. And also it's like anything that, as long as the athlete's not cheating and using performance enhancers, anything that takes like the best athlete at an event out of the Olympics is probably a bad rule. Like, as long as they're not doing something horrible, like, and also the only thing I have a problem with the suspension is it was a 20-day suspension, but she can't compete in the Olympics for 4 years. So that part doesn't really make much sense to me. And also the U.S. team just chose to keep her out of the relay. Like,
I just think they didn't want to deal with the
fuck off with that part.
Yeah.
Like, that part you can fuck off with.
Here's the thing. So,
she dealt with the publicity and she handled it so well.
My generation and above, weed was not something that like everybody used.
Yeah, no, the hippies. It was like genuinely a hip,
or the losers.
Yeah,
or the wood. At my high school, we called them woodsies because they went out in the woods.
That's funny.
Yeah, they were the woodsies. You could see them like coming out of the woods like zombies when lunch was over.
That's funny.
So it wasn't like when you went to a party, people weren't smoking weed.
Right.
They were drinking.
Yeah.
And then driving home.
And then driving home. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it the right way. Your generation
is cigarettes.
Your generation sees it very differently. Not everyone, but just a larger percentage see it a lot differently than my generation saw it. Well, guess who's in charge of the fucking Olympics?
Yeah. Not your generation, your parents' generation.
Yeah, people my generation and above. Right?
Yeah.
So they have a very different view of weed.
Yeah.
That I don't think people understand that perception or see that. But stupid rule, change the rule. Yeah. But if you're an athlete out there and you want to fucking compete, follow the fucking rule.
Yeah,
you're gonna get popped.
You gotta make sacrifices at in your career too. I mean, there's plenty of careers that you can't smoke. You have to have a positive drug or a negative drug test, and there's just sacrifices you have to make at times.
I mean, I like to drink beer. If someone told me you're gonna go to the Olympics but you can't drink beer for a couple of months, I'd be like, that sucks. But you know what?
Okay.
It's really important to me to go to the Olympics. I don't have to drink beer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink beer.
Hey, you can't eat ice cream for 6 months. Oh!
Yeah.
Fine. Like,
if you work for, like you said, there are companies, like construction companies, where you got to take a piss test before you get a job.
Yeah. Or like, even, more like doctors and shit too.
Yeah.
Like,
so, if you're a company or an organization like this, and it's not about weed being legal or not. You can have rules like that if you're an organization like that. That's and if you want to be a part of that, then you got to follow that rule.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Do you got anything else? Anything else? Any stratosphere sports?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case, it is time for the Howard Schultz Clown of the Week.
The Clown of the Week.
Okay, this was a real softball for me. I ran up to you and was like, I need this. This is my Clown of the Week. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. And luckily you hadn't heard about it yet.
Yeah.
So, Rachel Nichols. I didn't pull up the video. It's too long and it's boring. You've seen the story. She said Maria Taylor got the finals gig, not this year but last year, because she was black and because of all the Black Lives Matter, the protests happening that were specifically really hot at that time. They're still going on, but clown shit. If you look at their resumes, other than the ESPN job itself, Maria Taylor just completely fucking washes. What's her name again? Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
Also, this is I forget the word I'm looking for, but this is like looking back in the past. We're selective. It's selective history. We're using selective history, Rachel Nichols, in some cases where she like asks terrible questions. But I think Maria Taylor is more talented than her too. I think she's more deserving, and congrats to Maria Taylor on the $3 million a year contract sitting on the table for her from ESPN. Yeah. Rachel Nichols, the fallout of this was she got dropped from the finals this year. So.
And I don't like sideline reporters. I don't like people who get their job because of the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a value in like John Clayton or who's one of the
Craig
ugliest
Sager.
motherfuckers, or Craig Sager, who was really fucking good at his job.
Really good.
I think we need to hire people who are really good at their jobs. Maria Taylor, first of all, she is really beautiful.
She is, yeah.
My Lord.
She's really good looking, yeah.
I got a serious crush on her.
You've been telling me for years.
I'm like, I'll just stop what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, it's Maria.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. She's really good at her job.
She's
incredible.
I like her. She's incredible, yeah.
There are a lot of pretty people doing that job, and I don't stop and watch them. But she's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
She has a relaxed, just a feel to her.
You can tell, like, because she's
very comfortable in her skin.
Yes. Yeah. You can tell because she was an athlete, she has just, like, kind of the, like, it's a peer-like conversation when she talks to athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Rachel Nichols, it's a reporter and athlete relationship. Maria's like a genuine peer to these people. Yeah. So it's just you're just gonna get a more authentic and genuine product naturally.
She's the best in the business. In that,
because who's better? Like
no one.
No one.
As far as the sideline reporter, studio host type thing. She does College Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not talking about like having your own show like Stephen A.
Right. Yeah.
He's a buffoon too, but. I'm talking about those types of personalities. I'm talking about game stuff, pre-game, during the game stuff. Like she's as good as it gets. So fuck off, Rachel. You're just not that good,
Rachel. Yeah, and she's
not as good as her.
She's
and
not
you never
that good.
will be.
You're
not even as hot as her. Damn it.
Her resume is like knowing people, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I don't even care about the resume. I care about who adds something to the game.
And Maria does, and Rachel.
She doesn't take away.
She's not noticeably bad, which I think people mistake for being good.
Yeah.
Like Maria's genuinely good.
I mean, most of those reporters take away from the game. I'm like, oh, let's cut down to so and so.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, like I can just
go.
Here's where I go take a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we have. What's your clown of the week?
My clown of the week is what the hell is his name? Acho.
Oh, Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. I blanked on his name. So here I've got it. I've got his tweet here.
By the way, other clown ass. There was some real like racist stuff that came out of this too, like some racist opinions about Sha'Carri. So this is a better choice for clown of the week, just because it's funny. But there were actual worse opinions than this. I do want to make that clear. by verified accounts. Like, yeah.
Yeah, people are just fucking idiots. Like, I just...
And I don't want to like show their name on anything that I'm associated with, but this guy's not a bad guy. So.
I like Emmanuel Ocho. I think he does a pretty good job, analyzing the NFL. So here was his tweet: legalizing weed in track and field competition is all good if you're running in a straight line. So hey, if you're high, those lines might be a little blurred. But you could probably stay in a straight line.
You can stay in the lanes.
Yeah.
It's about, it's 1.5 people wide. You can stay in the lanes.
Yeah. So then he continues, legalizing weed in track and field competition is terribly dangerous if you throw a javelin.
Oh, and he throws the javelin into the crowd indiscriminately.
Like,
whoa. What a tragedy.
Whoa, what am I supposed to throw this thing, dude?
Like a world-class athlete just smokes weed and is like, and just starts trying to kill people with a javelin.
Whoa. Oh, shit, I think I just hit that guy. Damn.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah.
Where do we draw the line? Was his last. And I thought, when I read that, my first thought was that, my first thought was, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I thought, but he wasn't trying to be funny.
No, he wasn't, and you didn't know.
No, I thought he was trying to be funny because I'm thinking
that makes it so much better.
Yeah. If I said that to you,
that's a great joke. That's a great joke.
Yeah, that's a great joke.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, it's fine if you're running in a line, but throw the javelin. Yeah. Fuck, man, watch out. Oh, look out! He's high as fuck, and he's about to throw the javelin. Everybody down.
The hammer people are gonna start bonking people on the head with the hammer. So watch out.
Yeah.
Oh,
but he was actually. That was a real take.
It was a real serious tweet
from a smart dude. What is he doing?
Yeah, I think he kind of walked back on it, but it's just too funny. Like,
don't hit send.
This is don't hit send. Yeah, this is it's a bad tweet, but it's not. It's not malicious, so we can just laugh about it. And especially there's a video he said where he actually was like, "Thank you for shitting on me because I did some more research." I didn't look into that. That one might have been a joke. I don't know. But, just, again, most of the stuff he's done, I generally like. He's also the host of The Bachelor, which is interesting.
Oh, I didn't even know
that. The, Chris someone, got fired because he, defended this girl that went to this racist party.
Oh, shit.
Went to some, Southern Belle party shit. And, so Emmanuel Ocho, Clown of the Week. What's your lock of the week?
My lock of the week? I can't remember.
Okay.
No, my lock of the week. So I just am going all in. Get out the brooms. The Phoenix Suns take the money line on the next two games. They're going to fucking win the next two games. If I had a broom right here, I'd be waving it like this.
Okay. My lock of the week is going to be, I think Bucks are favored, so I think taking the money line is weak. So I'll just take Bucks points. I think they're -4, I believe, right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't want to. I don't
do it.
Yeah, I just think I think they'll pull it out. What can I say? What can I say? Also, by the way, we didn't talk about this. Ohtani's pitching and DHing in the All-Star game. Isn't that nuts?
God.
Isn't that?
Yeah, I mean, he should.
He should.
Fucking goddamn it. Jesus Christ. Jerry DiPoto went all in, couldn't get him.
Awesome. The battery died on the camera right when I slammed my head on the table, so no one saw that. They just heard it. They just heard banging. Awesome.
We just had a little fight.
Yeah.
A little too close.
Okay, so...
Shit, sorry. Went a little off the rails there. I don't know, man. I'll bet you $1.
Okay.
Okay.
Just money line or points? Points.
What do you want?
I mean, I would rather have money line.
I'll give you money line.
If you're that confident in the Suns sweeping. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the money line. Yeah. $1 money line. Okay. All right. Player of the week. We'll snake draft to it.
Does that mean it's my turn?
It means it's my turn. It means it's my turn. James Christopher Middleton.
What? Oh.
James Christopher Middleton.
James? Oh,
His
man.
first name is really
This
James.
is who you're gonna.
Jimmy Chris Middleton, baby.
This is who.
This is who I'm picking.
Man.
Particularly, I think he's gonna go off tonight. I think he's gonna have like 30 plus tonight.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to.
Yeah, no, that's what. I think the Bucks are gonna win. I think Chris Middleton's gonna go off, and that's why I think the Bucks are gonna win. So
Yeah, he's gonna have to because if he doesn't, who's gonna show up? The real Chris Paul.
The real Chris Paul.
Yeah. That's my guy.
That's your. Yeah. I like that pick too. I like that pick too. Okay.
I can't pick the Nets over today.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Suns and CP3. I'm going all in.
All right. I like it.
You people really turn to me for basketball NBA analysis, so you definitely should listen to everything
it's appreciated.
I say.
It's definitely heavily appreciated. Okay, you got anything else regarding anything?
No.
Okay, well in that case, I guess we'll catch you probably next weekend at some point. That camera's dead, so I'm talking to that camera right now.
My camera.
So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Twitter at Mason Charles Coe at AaronCo29. Also got a book on Amazon called High Points and on Lulu.com. Got a hardcover, softcover, and an ebook. Goosehead Insurance, Aaron Co. With that being said, here, I'll wave bye to this camera. Bye.
Bye.